But I usually typically say, hi, I'm Barb Snow. I have an event coming up. I'd like to showcase your business in my event. And if you want to know, ask Barb Snow.
What's going on? We got Barb Snow here with us today. How are you doing, Barb?
I'm doing good, Dan. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I want to thank you for joining us today to kind of talk a little bit about how you got into this crazy industry that you're in, what is it exactly that you do? Kind of tell people what you do right now.
I am the event coordinator that plans all kinds of events, mostly arts, crafts, businesses. They all get into my events.
So when
And
you
I'm
say,
connecting businesses to businesses and helping them.
but when you say event coordinator, it's more like almost like trade shows, right?
Yeah.
You're setting up like it's outdoor events, indoor events. People got booths, and there's all of the local community comes to these events. So what types of businesses and communities and individuals do you kind of set this up for? Or do you do this for yourself, or are you setting this up for other companies?
I'm setting it up for other companies to join together for the community.
So do businesses come to you and say, "Hey, I want to do an event," or
Yes.
do you kind of create the event to bring the individuals together?
Both. So I network 3 to 4 times a week to collect businesses that I don't know of and give them my information, and then they come to me wanting to join and get a booth so that they can advertise their business.
Okay, and we're going to show people in a few minutes kind of a little bit what that is.
Yes.
So Barb Snow, you live in Melbourne, Florida. Melbourne? You live in Melbourne,
Palm
right?
Bay.
Palm Bay. Okay. So Palm Bay, Melbourne. I'm still new to the area. So what do we have? We have Palm Bay, Melbourne. How many areas do you facilitate to?
I get vendors from Daytona Beach all the way down to Port St. Lucie, which is Space Coast and the Treasure Coast.
But where do you house these events at? Are they mostly within this general area?
Yes, mostly Sebastian, Melbourne.
Okay.
Cocoa, I've been up in Cocoa Village.
And usually when you have these events, what kind of turnout do you have? Like how many businesses show up to these events? Because it seems to be pretty big.
I usually typically have 100 vendors or more.
Wow.
I had 150 last year at my Kris Kringle Market.
Kris Kringle Market.
Yeah.
Are they mostly holiday kind of? Because I know like the
They're-
one you got coming up is a Halloween one.
They're pretty themed for the holidays. I don't typically do anything in the hot summer months.
Is that because you don't like the heat, or it's just not as easy to get it together?
I think it's just too hot.
Yeah, nobody wants to go stand an outdoor event.
I don't.
300-degree weather.
Yeah, I don't.
Barb Snow, what's your you have like a neat little pseudo thing that you say, because I met you at on one of these business card swaps, business groups, and that's how I remembered you. So what is it? What is your little slogan, and how did you come up with this?
It just came to me. It just came to me. But I usually typically say, hi, I'm Barb Snow. I have an event coming up. I'd like to showcase your business in my event. And if you want to know, ask Barb Snow. And everywhere I go, they know that thing.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
They say it for me.
And you've been doing this now for how long?
I say 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
So how'd you get into this, and what was your past like prior to this?
Like, how did I get into events? Or
yeah, like you haven't been doing events. You've only been doing it for the last 7 years.
So what I did was sell jewelry. I sold jewelry, and I would get into events to sell my jewelry and book parties, home parties. And it would frustrate me how the event coordinators were not organized like I am. And I'm like, I can do better than this. And so I tried it in Michigan.
Michigan.
Yes.
That's where you're from?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I did several events there. My first one there, I had like over 1,000 shoppers. And I'm like, oh.
And how do you promote these? Like you're just telling people, passing the word?
It took me a long time to figure out in Florida who to promote with. The news or postcards or magazines, radio, TV, all of those. I use all of those. But I had to learn that where to advertise, because if you don't, no one's going to come.
So you have commercials? When you say TV?
There's a News 13 here that will put a commercial out for you.
Gotcha.
And then I've recently discovered a magazine for Barefoot Bay, which has 5,000 homes. So I've been advertising with him for my upcoming event and hoping for a bigger crowd.
And it's for the upcoming one.
It's Halloween Boo Bash.
Halloween Boo Bash. So Halloween Boo Bash
is the one on the top right.
So Halloween Boo Bash is this one right here. So
this is an old flyer. My newest flyer. I have 4 different sponsors, and what I need the sponsors for is so the children can have everything free provided for them.
So, because it looks like you're doing, for the people that can't really read the screen, you got some face painting going on from 11 to 2. And this is, so this Saturday and Sunday, right? And you've got this event coming up this weekend, and then you have another event in what, like 2-3 weeks?
November, I have a 3-day Snowbird Fest.
Okay.
Located at the Harley Davidson.
Harley Davidson. That's going to be a fun one.
I hope so.
And everybody can find all of these events on your website, right?
barbaraannsnow.com.
Which will drop a link at that point in the video right here. And then it will be also, for anybody wondering, all of Barbara's information will be in the description of this video as well. Her Facebook pages, and her website as well. So people can go find you there.
Yes.
So, and then you've got your grandkids that are in Florida now.
I have 9 grandchildren, and 2 live here in Florida now. 1 as recent as last week.
Holy moly.
Yes. Yeah. So they range from 24 to 2 years old.
Somebody needs to get a vasectomy.
No. Well, all my children are done. However, now I have a great grandbaby, 2 months old.
Wow, 2 months old.
So now we're going to just keep going.
Congrats.
I hope.
Yeah, I had my vasectomy. I'm done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's kind of scary.
That's nice to know.
And I chickened out the first 2 times.
Oh.
Yep. And then third time I was like, and then I vlogged it. The doctor let me bring in a camera. I mean, not like the snip part, but he let me vlog everything else. Shelly thought I was crazy.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah. I put everything on camera.
Well, women do it when they're having a baby, so what's the difference?
Well, a lot of women, but for a guy, it's easier. You know, if you're going to decide to do it, it's easier and cheaper. You know, but so that was that. I don't know how we got on vasectomy.
I'm not quite sure.
So the events, and I get to participate in these events now, which is really cool. We're actually, for those people that are watching right now that are interested, we're basically going to be doing this same setup that we're doing here today. It's going to be our first attempt. So I don't know if it's going to be a bust or a success, but we're going to set up and we're going to do some live streaming from your events, which will be really cool because the live streaming, we're going to provide you with a link, which we already did. And then that link can be given out to all of your vendors. And then your vendors can give it out to whoever they want to give it out to. And it's cool because the vendors will be able to showcase what they're doing to not just the people that show up. You know, this way, as man, I'm going to go to the next event. I didn't know this guy was going to be doing this, you know, so it'll be fun.
Yes.
So yeah, anybody interested in that, you know, that's another reason.
They all have your information.
Yeah.
All of the vendors.
And guess what? The information will be dropped right here in the video.
Exactly.
So what really inspired you to like keep doing this? Like when you get like, how do you decide what event you're going to do next?
That's a good question.
Because it seems like a lot of prep and planning.
It takes over a year to get it all together.
One event?
For me, it does.
Wow.
Because I want it to be perfect. It takes time to get those vendors and to, you know, find new people and new products and new businesses because you can't have the same old or they're not going to want to go. The customers are not going to go.
Do you get the vendors a year in advance?
Oh, yeah. I'm already getting vendors now with the events that are out there that are not mine. And, you know.
What do you mean with the events that are not
So I
yours?
went to Cocoa Village last weekend to their event, and they had 250 vendors, and those are vendors I don't know. Some of them were mine that follow me,
right?
But there was so many new ones and new products that I like.
Oh, so you went up to those vendors,
and I did and got their cards.
Have you been to any events that were like, man, how did they even get this thing off the ground? Like it seems almost an embarrassment.
Oh, well, yes.
That's got to be. It's got to be sad for the vendors. We went to one.
It is.
We went to one of, I guess, maybe 2 months ago now. And it was very kind of rinky-dink. And I don't even know that 50 people showed up.
It's because we don't all work the same.
Right.
No one has the same work ethic. And even though this is just fun and a hobby, I still have that work ethic.
Yeah.
So I care about the people that are in my event. And a lot of them are my friends now. So I want them to be successful as well.
What is a budget somebody should set aside for going to an event like this?
It depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for gifts for Christmas or
Like for the Halloween event, they want to bring their kids out. Like, let's say somebody's got like 4 kids. Like, man, I don't want to go to this
That's why
event.
it's all free for them.
Okay.
Because I don't feel they should have to pay for things.
I spent $500 on face painting.
It's already expensive. Anything you do as a family, anywhere you go in Florida. So I like the fact that they can come to my event and it's free. Free admission, free parking. Everything for the kids is free. So if the mom wants to spend money, that's her choice.
So like this one is going to be at the, what is it, Sebastian
Riverview Park.
Sebastian Riverview Park, which is obviously in Sebastian.
Yeah, on US 1.
On US 1. And we'll post the link and the address to all that as well. So at this event, did you have to get permission from the park?
You have to go to the city and get permission, get permits.
Because you're going to have food vendors there?
Yep, fire marshal permits.
Is there going to be alcohol?
No. I know.
I'm out.
I know. And all of Florida would love for me to have alcohol, and it changes the dynamic. It just changes things.
Yeah.
And, you can drink at a kid event. It's not a kid event. I choose to have the kids come on Sunday, so the moms come with them to shop, and the dads. I have a cigar trailer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like they go inside?
Yeah, they go inside, smoke a cigar. Okay. He offers, I think, a free shot.
Nice.
Yeah.
So do some of your events have alcohol at the events?
None of mine do.
Okay. Is that because of...
No, I want to. The city of Sebastian won't allow it because it's not a city-ran event.
Okay.
So they tell me no every time I ask. However, my Kris Kringle Market, I could have alcohol because they allow it. So you need permits, you need extra security. There's a lot more involved. And I don't charge a lot of money for my events.
Okay.
So it costs even more money if you have alcohol.
Now, when you say alcohol, is alcohol in the same category as like wine and beer?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can have wine, beer, and liquor. You can have all of it.
Okay. Because I know some places like Shelly had a hair salon. Mm-hmm. She could give free like wine and beer.
I could probably get away with that.
Okay.
My Harley Davidson gives away free beer. You just go inside and get a can of beer, get a wine cooler for the girls. And I could set up free wine tasting if I wanted to, but they already offer it, and they don't charge me.
And that's at the Harley, and that one is when?
That is November 16, 17, 18, or 17, 18, 19. You'd have to pull that up. I have a lot of events going on. I think it's 17, 18, 19.
And we'll make sure to drop those like right here on the screen. What's the...
So I'm actually in their grassy area. I'm not like part of their Harley Davidson business.
So it's not going to be inside?
No, it's all outside. Okay. I have live music. I have...
Now, all of your events, you're going to have music, food trucks.
Music. Yep, food trucks.
So this event for the Halloween bash, is it a DJ that's going to be there?
I actually have all live music.
Okay.
So, and then I just picked up a student who will be singing the Star Spangled Banner on both days.
That's cool. Man, how excited do you get for these? Do you get nervous or do you get excited?
Never nervous.
Never, huh?
Never nervous. No,
have you ever had one go like,
I'm not even nervous right now.
No?
No.
Just to be on camera?
No. Well, I don't want to look at myself. But no, it doesn't make me nervous. It's exciting to watch what you planned for a whole year come together. It's pretty exciting. It's a lot of work. You can ask my grandkids who help me. They know it's a lot of work. They don't even know how I do it. Hot and hours just setting up.
The day of,
numbers, you mean? Yeah, the numbers and the booths and where they got to go, where the vendors have to go.
That's what I was going to ask you, actually, because we want to get out there. What time do people start showing up?
So I allow them to start setting up their booth at 6:30 a.m. on Saturday morning. However, I'm there the day before.
I would like to come the day before just because we want to get some aerial drone footage of the before. And then while people are setting up, and then while it's all going on, then they put like a little time lapse of showing the event.
So we'll work out a time for that Friday when I go set up my numbers and all that.
Yep.
And then Saturday, I'm usually there at 5:30.
In the morning?
Because I like to be there before they are. And I don't leave until it's over.
So what are you setting up when you get there?
Typically, on Saturday.
Are you there as kind of like directing traffic?
I'm just guarding. Yeah, I'm just guiding them. They all have a map. They all have their numbers. They know where to go.
But they still get confused.
They still don't.
Barb, where do I go?
They don't read the details. And I direct them to their details.
How big are the booths at this event?
They're 10 by 10, but they can spread out outside of that 10 by 10, and that goes pretty deep too as well in this park.
Okay. So 10 by 10. What do you mean spread out outside of that?
So like if they have a rack and they want to put something on their rack.
They can put it outside of their tent.
Yeah, they can put it outside their
like
tent.
Like a banner
They
or
just
something.
can't put another tent up because of fire marshals.
Gotcha.
They need 4 feet in between them.
In between each one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's cool. And is this in grass? Is it going to be on concrete?
So the tents are on grass. However, all the customers walk the sidewalk.
Okay. So
you're facing the sidewalk.
Is it like a row of vendors, or is it kind of like curved? You know what I mean?
It's a park.
Okay.
So some of them is a row, and then a lot of it is you just curve around the park.
Okay.
And then there's a pavilion too, where I have 12 set up in the pavilion.
How big's the total area that you have?
I really don't know.
Okay.
It's big.
And there's 150?
I have 100 vendors and then food trucks as well.
Okay, man. And how many people do you expect to attend roughly?
For the entire weekend?
Yeah.
I'd say 1,500 to 3,000.
Wow. That's a lot of people. Yeah, that's really good for the vendors.
Yes.
And a lot of these vendors probably wouldn't. It's a good opportunity for them to get seen and get known in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever
sell their products?
Does the news show up at these events?
The news? I did have someone show up one time, and I didn't know who he was, and he videotaped the entire thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but I already advertise in the Sebastian Daily,
right?
And digital advertisement, so that goes out to 50,000 people.
I would definitely make the news aware. Say, hey, if people are looking for a free event to bring their kids to, because there's a lot of people right now struggling financially.
Right. And it's all free.
Yeah, great thing to do with your kids.
Yes.
Trying to figure out something to do Sunday.
And it's right on the main street, so it gets a lot of foot traffic.
Okay. Wow, this is gonna be fun.
I know.
It's my first one.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're super excited. If business owners are thinking, man, I'd love to do this, I just can't afford it. Is this an affordable thing for vendors?
I'm pretty much on the low end as far as what they pay, because it's not about that for me. If you're a nonprofit organization, I either discount you tremendously or give you a free booth.
Okay.
I pretty much work with them.
What's an average booth cost for like an average for somebody that's not a nonprofit?
So pretty much $90 for the entire weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
So $90 to come showcase your business.
Correct.
I imagine if you're a business out there and you can't spring for $90, you might be in the wrong industry.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Not to knock the business, but it's not for everybody.
Right.
So best way people can find you is on your website. So this is your website. So barbaraannsnow.com. And you said you have all your contracts and whatnot on here too, right?
So if you click on the event you want to go to, or you want to get into, so if you click on that.
This one?
Yeah.
Here, let's just go to the one that's coming up.
Okay, the Halloween Boo Bash, right below it.
Oh, below it. Okay.
There. So there's a contract. It'll tell you pretty much everything you need to know.
So we got Sebastian, Riverview Park, 600 US 1 Highway. So Saturday and Sunday, but Sunday is the day when you want people to bring their kids, the trick-or-treating, all of the events are going on.
All the candy's free, everything's free. So for the Snowbird Fest, this will be the first year.
Yeah.
And I have an Elvis coming, Elvis impersonator for some entertainment.
Impersonator, not the real one.
Well, he's pretty good.
He might not even be
I'm
dead still. People say he's still alive.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they do say he's alive.
He would be pretty old right now. We wouldn't recognize him if he was.
Probably 90.
That's it, huh?
I think so.
It's pretty old. It sounds really old to me.
Well, when you're 60 or 70, it won't be.
Sneaking up faster than I anticipated.
Right.
So which event is that? That's going to be your first time?
That'll be the Snowbird Fest.
And what is that going to be about?
A kickoff to the holidays. So I'm bringing in Santa, really good Santa, Mrs. Claus, the Grinch, and a photographer. So all the photography is free.
Wow.
To the kids and the families.
Okay.
And get their picture taken, and she'll send you a link if you wanted to purchase more, but it'll be all free.
So they're going to get at least one photo for free.
Yeah, I take care of that expense.
Okay. And then if they want to purchase more for whatever reasons, they can get directly with the photographer.
Right.
So it's great for the photographer too, because they work out some deal with you where they give you a good deal for doing the whole event, but then they could potentially make more money by selling. Yeah.
She charges me a fee for that.
Right.
And then she'll get more business.
Okay. That makes sense.
And I met her during networking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At which event?
The one at the Mediterranean Grill in Melbourne.
I like their food there.
I like their food there too.
Yeah. It's not as expensive as I thought.
Well, it's about $10, I think. It's a little inside joke.
If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't.
Yep. You got to just be there. Yeah, we know the joke.
Free parking.
Free admission.
Free admission. Free events for the kids on Sunday.
Yep.
And
great music. Bring a chair and listen to some great music.
Great music.
Yep.
Free events. Yep. And they just got to pay for their food.
Yep. The guys can go have a cigar while the women shop. And then over by the playground is face painting. And I have a goat soap vendor who brings his little goats for the kids. They're
goat
so
soap?
Cute. Yeah, he makes goat soap and lotions.
Out of goats.
Out of goats, and he brings his goats to my events.
When you say out of goats, it sounds like out of goat meat or out of goat milk.
I don't really know how he does it or what he does it, but you know what? You can certainly ask him that question.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be out of goat milk, so we don't scare anybody. I think they're going to butcher a goat and watch how they make a soap. Yeah. Put the goat in the grinder.
Now they're not going to do all that. I don't know if they get the liquid from the. I don't really know how this works. I don't really know.
This is going to be a fun event. I can't wait.
But he brings the goats for the kids to check out.
All right, Barb. Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming, guys. Go check out Barb Snow if you want to know. Thank you very much, Barb.
Yeah, my pleasure. And if you want to know, ask Barb Snow.